right, Dan, in the life section, we are joined by author Pam Behan, who wrote a book about her adventures in Hollywood, and it has to do a lot with the Kardashians. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
All right, so you were a nanny to the Kardashians during your time in Hollywood. We're going to get to that first in a moment.
Okay.
But what I found interesting about your story, you are a small-town girl from the Midwest, 19 years old. You decided to pack up and you want to go to Hollywood?
I'm very adventurous.
Yeah, apparently. So tell us about that decision.
Well, actually, I followed my friend out there. We'd been friends since kindergarten, and she went to her first year of college in California, and I went to my first year in South Dakota.
Okay.
So she wanted me to come for the summer. I was just going to get a summer job babysitting and go back to school. Well, I went to a nanny agency. They set me up with Linda Jenner. I had no clue who she was.
Okay.
Went to the interviews at the house and saw these pictures of Bruce Jenner. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm at Bruce Jenner's house. And anyway, she hired me, and the intentions of one summer turned into 8 years later. So.
Okay, so we're looking at, this is just the iconic Hollywood video, right? Red carpet, the stars. Let's talk more about this. So you had Kim, Courtney, Khloe, the three sisters. They were 12, 10, and 6 at the time.
Correct.
Okay, what was that like? I can only imagine what these little girls were like.
Yeah, and there was Robert, who was 4 as well.
Okay.
But yes, so I had 4 kids, and, you know, the older ones were like that preteen, you know, fighting over clothes and the music that they're going to listen to in the car and that kind of stuff. Robert and Khloe just were typical 4 and 6-year-olds, you know.
But when you say typical, this was a very well-to-do family, so typical in that world or typical like in my world?
Typical tongue-in-cheek.
Okay, there you go. I like that. Okay.
Yes, they did obviously live in a very privileged lifestyle, so, you know, so I can't say they're exactly normal, but they acted like normal kids. I don't think they really realized how fortunate they were, even back then.
Good kids overall?
They were well behaved? Yes, they actually were very well behaved. You know, like I said, other than the typical stuff that most kids, you know, fight about or whatever. But they were very good. I don't ever remember anything, you know, outrageously bad that happened.
Are you surprised to see where they are now?
Well, you know, I saw glimmers of it back then that, you know, it's a possibility that they could be in the limelight, but I never thought in my wildest dreams it would be this big, this huge.
And then the son, Robert, the brother, was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I was so proud of Robert. He kind of gets lost in the shuffle because it's all about the girls.
I forgot to mention him off the top.
Yeah, but you know, I was very close to him because he was only 4 when I started. So for me to watch him on Dancing with the Stars, I cried. I cried at the end because I was so proud of how far he went.
We're running out of time, so we got to get through this quickly. While you were there, you dated Sylvester Stallone for a little bit?
Yes.
Oh my.
Very
exciting.
What was that like? Wow. Well, look at the picture.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I'm asking. I love this guy.
It was especially amazing for me because in my teenage years, I was in love with him. Watched all of his movies, had my locker covered with his posters, and I just never thought I'd be able to meet him and actually date him.
Nice guy?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's wonderful.
Okay, so as we wrap it up, if we can show the cover of your book, Malibu Nanny, Adventures of the Former Kardashian Nanny. Real quickly, why write a book about all of this? Just too good to keep inside?
Well, too many people have told me I should write a book, and I didn't want to look back one day and say I wish I would have wrote a book, so I wrote a book.
All right. Again, Malibu Nanny, Adventures of the Former Kardashian Nanny. Love it. Pam Behan.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to send it back over to you, Dan.
All right, thanks, Pam. Thanks, Kiva. $1.50. You know, that doesn't buy a whole lot these days. Maybe an item out of the vending machine.